And lastly, the final part of our George Kagwe episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed the past two, and now this is part three. I love this guy so much, and I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Enjoy!
I got a gig for being on the billboard because of Now Village Musicals with Kina Mwendi. I get called by Biffy Marcia, who's a great film and cinematographer right now.
Uh-huh.
So his film has gone to TIFF, Toronto International Film Festival and stuff like that. Katikati, yeah. So Biffy calls me and he's like, yo, this was the day before I went to Zimbabwe. We were now supposed to do the photos and everything with Simon Cox, who was a great photographer.
Oh, Simon.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was now the face of you now. And I got good money. I was paid.
Nice.
I can say how much I was paid. I was paid about $2,500.
Fantastic.
And I'm a 23-year-old who got $2,500.
And with
amazing.
other gigs going on also.
Yeah, and gigs happening left, right, and center. So how now? My contract with KQ was about 9 months. So it's coming to an end. My final job was kind of like the one in TZ. I meet a guy who had come because I had interned in 2007 as well, a short internship in KQ. So the guy had come with PwC and trained us in an audit and risk management software called Timid. It was PwC. So now I'm meeting, I think he's still with PwC. He's like, no, I have my own company, but I'm a partner to this software called Timid. It was bought by a company in the UK. So PwC sold it. And he's like, I'm looking for trainers. What are you doing here? You're on holiday. I'm like, no, I'm here. I work for KQ. I train guys on ERP systems. Like, what? You're a trainer? I'm looking for trainers. Can you come and train in my company? I'm like, bruh.
Yes.
My contract is ending. I don't see how I'll go back to KQ because I can already foresee they'll be laying off guys very soon. Because KQ now numbers have started dropping. This is about end of 2010.
But
So
what good timing.
Such great time, right? So we meet in Nairobi. I remember that time there was books fast, breakfast in the Nakumat. So we go and meet and we agree. And I'm like, fine, I start. So my contract ended in August, end of August, September. I started my new gig, same thing, traveling around Africa, training people. Went to Nigeria, Lagos, met big companies here. Here you're training guys like Kenya Power, Kenya Teacher Service Commission, the Teacher Service Commission here. You're training guys like Kenya Ports Authority, Kenya Revenue Authority.
Fantastic.
Nigeria Liquid Natural Gas.
So
all those.
where did you get to the point where you stopped doing this training?
So
And
now when
why?
I'm doing this gig, so my dad starts getting ill. No, he had gallstones all through his life. I remember even when he was in the coast, he used to complain about them and he'd go get checked up, whatever, and they're like, oh, you can live with them. But now it has gotten to a place where they're painful and stuff. And he's been using supplements to kind of manage them, trying to crush them using nutrition and stuff. But by this time, it's not really worked. So he's getting a lot of pain. So for me, the last gig I ever did for this one, when I was training guys on the auditory risk was UG. So I go to UG for like 1.5 weeks. I come back and I'm beat. This is September now, 2011. And I'm tired and I'm like, you know what, I've taken leave. So I go take my dad's car and I take it for him for service. So by this time he had gone to hospital, he had gotten checked, he had been told to be admitted. He was like, you're admitting me nothing. May we go, give me medication, admitting is your face. So he goes home. So we take the car for service. But then I get called by my dad. I could hear he's in pain. So I go back home. There's no one else at home apart from
What is he saying?
He's just like, calm now.
Oh, okay.
So I tell the garage guy, close up everything. Emergency. In fact, you're coming with me so that you finish closing stuff at home. Just put the bonnet on because it was near home. And I go home. And I find my dad on the floor. My nephew is like, hey, grandpa is on the floor. He was crying for help. The house help is in shock. She didn't know what to do. So I go check him. I lift my dad. I put him on. I'm like, yo, try to now just find out what's going on.
But he's conscious.
But he's conscious, but he's in so much pain. I called my mom. I tell my mom, go to the family doctor, get a letter for hospital. Whatever letter you can get for the doctor that we went to see. I called the doctor and the doctor picks up and he's like, yo, the guy's me, I'm en route to the UK. I call the family doctor. He's the one who refers us now to a doctor in Kagwe. So we go and we admit my dad. And he gets admitted. He's done emergency surgery that night. He's in the ICU for another about 10 days. So they found that the gallbladder had ruptured. The acid had affected intestine. So now he has to have a colostomy bag. So now he can't go to the loo for number 2 like any other normal person. It has to all go through to the colostomy bag. So all this is shock also to my dad. He's never been admitted. He's never been. So they go and do some tests, biopsy on the gallbladder. They find it's cancerous. And so my dad is diagnosed with gallbladder cancer in September 2011. So now we have to wait for healing to happen for the surgery. Because it was major surgery. It was 7 hours. The surgery was 7 hours. And I remember the doctor was Dr. George Jumba, who's based in Africa. He did a good job. So now we start chemotherapy at MP Shah. Now, when we were going for our chemotherapy stuff, way before in 2011, I was witness to a deal where my dad sold the house to our Kalasinga neighbors. Okay? And so now I know how much money my dad is going to get.
Yeah.
So I asked him one day when we were going for chemo, we were waiting for lab test results. I'm like, hey dad, you're going to get this amount of money. What are you going to do? And he looked at me and was like, I'll go to Nichidobi. My mom was there. I'll go to Nichidobi and buy a brand spanking Mercedes Benz. And I'm like, my dad was an accountant all through his life. He was a penny pincher. Okay? He really wanted to buy a car. You name it. He had many opportunities.
Not a lot of luxury.
Yeah, even assets and stuff. He was quite a penny pincher. He would rather have money in the bank, right? And hard cash money
be liquid.
to be able to be liquid and also just invest in a business he believed in.
Yeah.
So now for him to say that, I was like, okay, why have you said that? And he's like, I've worked hard all my life. I've never enjoyed my money. I worked so hard. I've never enjoyed my money.
And then I want that.
That's what I want. What? That stuck with me. So by this time, I'm not going to work. So I took unpaid leave. I was like, guys, I'm taking care of my dad. Family comes first.
Yeah.
Before money,
Yeah.
I'd rather be broke, but this guy is taken care of.
Yeah.
Because now by this time, my dad is weak. We have to carry him up the stairs, take him to the bed. He collapses a few times. His body doesn't. He has to be rushed to hospital. So even my mom now is the primary caregiver. Just like a butler and
a crazy
it's a
job.
whole crazy job.
Yeah.
So in DEC, he passes on. DEC. This is like 3 months after diagnosis. He passes on. So we just even commemorated on DEC 5th, his 9th memorial there. So now when he passes on, me now I go through my own other things. First of all, I have to move my family because we've sold the house. Good thing, the guys who bought it to our neighbors, they were gracious enough, they gave us until Feb.
Okay.
So because we went and talked to them, and I'm like, guys, if they passed away, give us a grace period.
Yeah.
They're like, no problem. Because if you're able to move out in Feb, I was like, that's ample time. So I have to move my family. I quit my job because now I've entered depression. I quit my job and I'm like, I need to do something I love. So it was a great job and everything. Guys,
even when you've been talking about that bit of it, I don't feel the passion. It's like it was money making.
It was just a money making.
Yeah.
So guys even who are hearing this, or listening or watching, don't get me wrong, it was a great job, but it was just not something I'm passionate about.
Deep inside the heart.
What I'm passionate about at this point in time was acting and entertainment. And so I decided, I'm like, I'll be a full-time actor. And I'm like, fine, no problem.
As you're healing from your loss,
Yeah.
that's what you came up with.
That's what
yeah?
I came up with.
Okay.
So I don't go back to that job. Like, I don't even show up, I don't do whatever. We had a few issues even with that time, my employer, I didn't have a contract by that time. There were many other issues, right? So I don't go back. I just simply don't go back. I decided to become a full-time actor. You'd think God would have mercy on you because you just lost your dad.
Other hustle. Hello.
Briefcase Inc. comes to an end because of some few issues with KTN at that time. So a dramatic end. And now I have to start job hunting. So I'm going for auditions. I'm going I get picked in auditions.
If they struggle in Hollywood, I'm so brave. Okay, good.
So I go for auditions. So good thing, I'm crowded in my depression, right? So I go for auditions. I'm picked. I'm called the next day. Oh, we gave this role to someone else.
Oh.
But you can come for supporting
Actor.
or an extra.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm not looking for an extra, forget you.
Yeah? So you were clear like that?
Yeah. I was always clear.
Excellent.
So in 2012, in 9 months, the only job I ever got was thanks to a friend of mine called Richard Kinjao. Was one job, which was hosting the Groove nomination night. Groove Awards nomination night.
So MC.
So I was MC.
Okay.
That's the only job I got in 2012.
Okay.
Apart from briefcasing.
Okay.
So it was the brokest year of my life.
How painful. Yeah.
So I have to support my family, pay rent for my mom.
So, but then the sale of the house?
Now the sale of the house has happened. My dad didn't leave a will, so it has to go through administration process.
Oh.
Which takes a minimum of 1 year to 2 years.
So why didn't he?
It has to be
He
gazetted.
didn't organize.
I mean, there's acts for those days.
Yeah.
Like,
But
you
no,
know,
and it's not those days. It's even
Even
now.
today.
It's like that. It's too morbid.
they don't want to think about death. They don't
Yeah.
want to. In fact, I used to even, like, we knew, the doctor came and said that my dad is not going to make it. And my dad knew. He's not. So every time I used to, there's a Saturday I went, the Saturday before he passed away, he passed away on Monday. The Saturday I went to him as a man, and I told him, Dad, I'm here as a man.
Like
Do you
I
have
need
anything
you
to tell me?
like
Anything I
even
need
just
to
like
write down.
emails. You
Exactly.
just send an email.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you need to say, whatever? And he just looks at me and he just nodded, no.
No way.
So now we have to go through administration process. But through this whole process, I always credit it to my wife. At that time, she was my girlfriend. She's the one who really supported. So
Nice.
like, she bought a car because that time now I inherited my dad's 504. It was a whole different.
Freedom.
Yeah, that's the one I used to date my wife. It used to let in dust, water.
The windows open like that?
There was a place under there that had a hole. So if you went to a dusty road, dust would enter. If it was raining, she would feel her feet are wet.
Oh my god.
It would flood sometimes inside. It was a good experience. So at this time, I think she
This
got
all goes down in the books.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she got to the point where she's like, hey, listen, mommy, I'm buying my own car. You and your jalopy. So
let's not do this.
yeah. So
Yeah.
she was also she was not very confident in her driving. So what do? I decided now I'll be coaching her how to drive. So now that becomes like, for 6 months that became my full-time job. I used to wake up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock I'm out of the house. I'm in the digs in Karen. I've picked her, taken her to work. We go do my own thing.
Okay.
I go again and pick her. So we spent a lot of our dating time, and it was also budget friendly.
Okay, yeah, no, that's perfect.
So you either buy maize on the roadside.
Yeah.
There was no drive-ins and
Yeah.
stuff. So
You're not sitting
you
at
buy
a
water.
fancy restaurant for
And
lunch.
so that really helped us. So by 2012 now, word goes around to Kanji, Mbogwa, that, yo, Georgie is looking for a job. Because now I'm broke. And now I've got into the place where
So you haven't reached out to everyone that you know in your Rolodex?
No. Because
Okay.
I'm trying this entertainment thing. So by this time I'm like, hey, acting full time does not pay the bills.
No.
It can't work.
Yeah.
I have to find a way of how to make entertainment a business.
Yeah.
And so in August of 2012, I proposed to my girlfriend, broke as I am. And I go and I ask for the blessing from the parents. And they asked me, they had questions, how we provide, blah, blah, blah. And I was really bold. I was
Like, I have no idea.
like, brothers had died by that time, in those 7-8 months. And so I told them, hey, I'm here representing my dad. I'm here on behalf of my dad and myself. I'm asking for your hand in marriage, for the daughters have been married and for your blessing. They're done a dinner and everything, how do you provide, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I have no idea.
But I will.
But I will.
I will figure it out.
Don't worry about it. She will not sleep hungry.
Perfect.
And so they give the blessing, Shingo Pande-ish.
Yeah.
You
They're
know?
like, "Aish, okay, what are we
Anyway,
doing
so
when we're
I
doing
proposed
this?"
to her. I don't have a job, I don't have anything. I don't even tell my mom because I'm like, my mom will go into a frenzy. She'll feel embarrassed, blah, blah, blah. She can't provide whatever, this, that, the other, dowry payments and all that stuff. So Kanji gives me a job as a sales executive.
Yeah. So this is at
Kijiji.
Kijiji. So those are, my people. Like I grew up with Wendy's that I've known her since I was 3 weeks old. And then her and Kanji, I was their best mate, like whatever. So like a lot of history. And then even when I discovered you online, and so I'm telling like anyone who has ears, I'm like, have you guys been watching this guy? Have you guys seen this person? And when he's like, oh yeah, dude, yeah, that's our boy. Like we were working together. So
So I joined as a sales executive. Now KG by this time I'm doing events and a bit of production. And it's good for me. I've never done a sales job, but I've been in sales.
And
being a theatrical person,
with your
gift of the gab, whatever. So I get in and I'm like, it's not that technical really. It's just, I also have clout because of face value, brand, because of TV. So I walk into a conference, people, I'm familiar into a conference room.
You're not a stranger.
I'm familiar. You do a pitch, people love you already, so it becomes easy. And so it was also tactical for Kanji to have such a person in the sales team.
Sure.
So I do that. I joined in September of 2012. By January of 2013, I become head of sales. Right? By this time now, we're pitching for Safaricom jobs, Coca-Cola, and we get them all. Okay? And I'm getting married in April. So I do that stuff. I do the whole job stint and everything. Kina Kanji go to the States when I'm getting married. I get married, we come back, we've won the Safaricom job. I become an artist manager for Icon Safaricom Live.
Hi Safaricom.
Creative. I become the stage manager for that as well. I became client service. I was doing like 3 jobs in one. I worked.
So back on a serious hustle.
Exactly. So it was great because we did a lot of stuff together with Kijiji. Then it gets to a point now where now digital is coming in play in 2014. And so Richard Njao comes in, partners with Kanji to form another agency, Storm Creative. But now they merge the agencies, it becomes Kijiji Agency. So events and everything in digital, they come one.
Yep.
Kanji now comes to me and is like, by this time I was thinking of leaving Kijiji. I think Kanji could see that I wanted to leave. So he comes and he's like, dude, me, I have to focus on the main Kijiji. I can't do this digital thing, so please become team lead. Please join Storm and become team lead. I'm like, okay. New thing? No problem. I join.
It's not something you can't do.
Yeah. We win gigs. Government gigs, whatever. Because this time digital, like even agencies, main agencies are not doing digital the way we're doing it. So we win a lot of gigs and we start making money. So the 4 of us inside there were like, you know what, let's just go form our own outfit. One guy remains in Kijiji, the 3 of us get out and we go do. But when I was in Kijiji, that's when I started my YouTube channel. And I started my YouTube.
This is what I've been waiting for you to get to.
It's a long story. So you're the one who asked me.
I love this part of the story.
So I start my YouTube channel because I'm tired again of going. So I've not gone for auditions. But in 2014, I do 2 movies for Maisha Magicist through Zamaradi Productions.
You're acting?
Yeah, I acted in them. I was like main character. And
do I low-key know this? I think I might know this.
And you might know it, yeah. So anyway, that whole thing went down the way it did. Probably didn't get paid what our worth was, whatever. I get tired of going for such things. And I'm like, Richard Njao was working at Google at the time.
Okay, so I see where this is going.
And
so you're talking about you went into acting. It's not monetizing how it should. And that's where your YouTube thing started.
So my partner Richard is working for YouTube. He's been made a YouTube enabler. And he was a Google Plus evangelist. And he kept on calling us for workshops and telling me, don't start a YouTube channel. Why the heck am I? This is 2014. Why the heck am I starting a YouTube channel? YouTube channels are for guys with music videos. Me, what am I starting a YouTube channel for? But he sat down and explained to me and I saw the light and I was like, what? By this time we're watching guys like Lily sing.
Oh my gosh.
Superwoman and stuff like that.
Lily,
you know?
That's my boy.
Yeah. So like it's just crazy. Yeah? So I started my YouTube channel and I started by ranting about a flood in Nairobi and it's towards Dr. Evans Kidero.
So what your first video was?
That one, where I was ranting about a flood in Nairobi.
Okay.
And and it's addressed to the governor. So,
Okay.
so a lady had written a caption on Facebook and took it and put character into it. And that's what I did. The second one I did was about Nakumat. So Marcus Solang had done a status about Nakumat, and I come and do it in an Indian voice. What is wrong with you? What? Someone had gone and it was the wrong price, whatnot. So I do that video again, and people go and watch it, and I put it on YouTube, I put it on Facebook, and guys are watching it, they're like, this is amazing, this is marvelous.
Hysterical.
I go do another one about Mombasa. About that in Mombasa is addressed to the governor, Governor Joe. Guys in Mombasa are like, tuwapenda hii sana hii, ile. Yapendeza hii. You get? And so that's how I start my YouTube channel. And so every day I just start, I do a Jeff Koinange impersonation.
Okay, yeah. Oh, so you were doing
I started doing
that before my girl. The Mpesa lady.
Before Mpesa lady. This is in 2014.
Okay.
And then the first character that I really made for myself was the guy, Charles, the guy who goes to States. Hello, how you doing?
Ah!
Right?
He started then?
Yeah. That was the first
and he
character.
recently went to Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh, it came back from Ohio.
It came from Korobas, Ohio. So that's the first character that I do at that time.
Oh my God.
The diasporans are like, oh my God.
So wait, so okay, now, how are you doing this? Like, how are you calculating like if it's hitting or not? Just like your views?
Just views and
And
interaction.
comments and
Yeah.
whatever. Okay.
So for me,
and it's only on YouTube.
And no, it was on YouTube and Facebook.
Okay.
So I started a Facebook page and a YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
And so I do that, and we go and start this new company, and that's all I do every day. I just do those videos as this new company. So me and Richard and another gentleman called Bube.
Okay.
And so that now started becoming advertising. People who are in different professionals start coming and they're like, oh, can you do videos like what you do for me, but I'm in real estate. Oh, I'm in maternal health. Oh, I'm in personal finance. And we're like, brilliant. So that's how FOAP Digital was formed. And we go out, and that became our business. We did that. Caroline,
which is still.
We even got Caroline Mutoko in and stuff like that. So we shut it down last year. I do it now as a consultancy, but so that now became our main thing. So I stopped doing those videos just for a short while. Well, not for a short while. That's 2015. I started doing them again in 2018.
Oh, guy.
So
That's
2018.
3 years.
Yeah. So 2018. The other character I come up with is You Guy My Guy. So Teddy Mudusi does a You Guy My Guy kind of a
Does he?
clip.
Okay.
I see it. No, I think he actually wrote a caption or something. Or he did a short clip on You Guy My Guy. My guy! This is how my guys talk.
And that's exactly how they talk.
I was like, this is inspired by Teddy Mudusi. This is my version.
My poor husband. Like I harassed him.
I do
him
it.
and his friends are all You Guy My Guy.
Yeah, guy, is that Yes. And they always punchy.
Exactly. And then with the windbreakers.
Yeah, windbreakers. There's a deal. What's a depot? You get so
2 meter.
Yeah.
Hey.
2 meter. No, man. Let's go to that joint and blow 10 whistle like this, man. So I come up with that character, and that's how I do it, right? So it goes on.
And You Guy My Guy doesn't have a name, does he?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't have a name. So I start doing those videos again. I do government official as well.
The most useless, hilarious person, and exactly correct.
Yes. With the whole tie and everything.
The whole time, he's always like
he's late.
rushing in late,
Yeah.
asking for tea and mandazi.
Njugu, mandazi and maize.
Yeah, and
So
then
I
he
do
has
that.
nothing for you.
Yeah.
He has no answers to your
He
questions.
just wants money.
Yeah.
So I do that hits as well. So 2018, I do a bit of videos. I don't do so much. 2019, we shut down our company, and now I'm in a low because now shut down our company. Blood, sweat, and tears gone down the drain. How am I going to fend for my family? My wife had become a stay-at-home mom. Hey, my daughter now is starting to go to school. How will I make ends meet? And in June, I do my first episode video of 2019.
I think I know the answer to this, but your inspiration behind that, like that day, had you gone to do a Pesa?
I hadn't gone. So what had happened is we had toyed. So we in May we start again doing videos because I'm like, this is all I have. There's nothing else.
I have to figure out how to make
I have
this
to
work.
figure out how. I'm tired of running an agency. I don't want to go back to doing that kind of work. Consultancy, I really don't want to do that. I want to have my own thing, monetize my own thing. It's my money, it's everything. So I started doing those videos again. So I've toyed around. I hadn't even told my wife this time, man. So I toyed around about trying to impersonate a Pesa lady.
It was already in the head.
It was in my
for a
mind.
bit.
It was in my mind for a bit. I had really toyed around with it, and I was like, do I do it? But what's the angle, right? And I found the angle was customer service. So you go to a restaurant, probably even these big restaurants. You find a chick who's had a bad day or doesn't love her job, and you order something. How she serves you, she comes, puts things, burns them on the table.
Yeah.
You name it. She's
extra
not looking at you and asking. Yeah, we have cornbread, and she's not looking at you.
Yeah.
So,
and you're
so
like,
you
but then,
have-
okay, I also
exactly.
ask you about these other things.
Exactly.
Like you're pulling information out, like you're begging,
And you keep asking on the menu.
and you're going to pay.
Do you have chips? Yes.
Yes.
Do you have? Yes. Then they go back. Oh, we don't have chips. Right. So you have that kind of bad customer experience.
Yeah.
So, and now I was like, the first people we have to start with that I believe everybody has gone through is M-Pesa.
And me, like 2 days ago, where I'm like, I was just staring at, and they're two sitting next, like side by side to each other,
they're
and I
chill.
walk there, and they're just staring at me, like, hi, I'm like, do you have a pulse? Like, are you awake?
But by that time, by the way, they've studied you. They know who you are. They're trying to see we are Meomoka.
Just because, like,
Exactly. So you wonder if these guys don't have something better to
And
do
your
with stuff like
first
that.
video was entitled "Who Hurt the M-Pesa Lady?" Because for sure,
Who
like
hurt them?
I still want to know that answer. I don't
Who
think
hurt
we
them?
got to the bottom of it. Why are you so sad? Like also,
Like for real, who hurt you? You
Yeah.
you always want to ask that question. Nani amekuumiza? Do you have a gun to your head for you to do this job?
go home. I mean, stay home. Like I don't know. Like,
You're in the service industry. Smile. Do something.
so who hurt the M-Pesa lady? And then so I discovered you, and then I've binge watched you ever since. And then come inside of the watching the M-Pesa lady. There's you guys, my guy, Charles.
Jose Wabushali.
Jose has come up.
Yeah.
Who is it? He's hysterical. Why does he have to spit at everything?
But that's
he has
how-
to spit out the
it's our guys from Central.
and it's too accurate.
From Central Province, there's something that we have that I do not understand where it came from. There are some mannerisms we have that are very unique.
Very unique to that.
Like if you go to River Road, you will know a guy from Central.
100%.
The cap, how they walk, how they are dressed, with a toothpick, they are talking, they talk with toothpicks, or
And
even
then
when they are
it's-
eating,
it's-
they can talk with a fork. Suzie, the other day I was wondering, angalia hizi kondoo zote ziko hapa, unaona hizo zote, unaweza chukua gani wewe? Ni kweli, si ndio? That's how they talk. And there's no other community that talks like that.
No. Okay, so can you help the audience just see one quick M-Pesa lady impersonation? Okay, one, you have your red lipsticks from Suzie Beauty.
Oh.
She has Scholar.
Yes.
She's called Scholar.
Yes.
And she's so warm. She has one outfit.
Yes. Always one.
Wait, but then she also Scholar has how many jobs?
Very many. Because again, Kenyan hustlers.
She's we're
Guys
born
are grinders.
entrepreneurs.
Yeah. So
She's a M-Pesa lady?
She's a M-Pesa lady. She has a day school.
A day school?
She has a salon. She at times even goes and works for an Indian somewhere. She's worked in a
Wait,
restaurant,
okay, sorry.
supermarket.
One of my favorite ones was when during when they were
Census.
Census.
Yeah.
Okay, there I just lay on the floor, rolling.
And let me tell you, that day I was so tired.
What?
I was from a consultancy. There's a consultancy I used to do at that time. And I had come from a very training meeting. And I remember I got home and I was like, oh man, I need to pick up my strength and energy and stuff like that. What can I do? And I remember I switched on the TV and I was like, oh, it census. Let me let me preempt and show guys what will happen if these guys come and knock at your door.
And how rude is she? Like, how did she walk into the house? Like, and asking for what? Like, she's just rude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no, that's scholar.
Yep. And so it's, and you know, many people, even just for value, people ask me, you know, how do you get these characters? I'm a people watcher. So in every room I enter, if I don't know you, the first thing I do is I'll be very silent.
And you're observing.
And I'm just observing. I could be on my phone, but I'm listening and I'm observing. So I'm really spending my time just looking at people. I love going and parking somewhere, even if it's in a shopping complex on Kiambu Road. And I just park
watch.
and I just
You people watch.
So I'm just watching guys.
We've covered Scholar nicely. I love it. What do you think of the American person who runs the country, who's refused to leave?
Who Trump? Who Trump? Trump is just Trump. You know, the issue is us guys, we believe in the guy. He's been consistent.
You know what? If for nothing else, maybe that's the only good thing that can be said about him.
He's
Consistency.
Yeah.
I get my news from like Trevor Noah, Jimmy Kimmel, like, you know, James Corden, like those guys, and they do his impressions like spot on. So they remind me of the American versions of you.
Okay.
Yeah. Because also like something needs to happen to this world. Can he be swept away?
But he's been consistent. My thing I tell people is, you know, he represents a very influential part of America and what really is causing America to go down.
Does he really?
The ratio of it, all that.
Yeah. So, okay, then ignorant and close-minded people.
Yep.
Is that the majority? Like
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. The guys who are entitled, who believe it's their country and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is everywhere. Even here in Kenya right now, we have entitled leaders who would rather focus on one thing rather than save the nation.
That's not what it should be focused on.
Because they're entitled.
Agreed.
Power breeds a lot of stuff. Ignorance being one of them.
Absolutely. Power being taken negative, I mean in the wrong way. Because power can be a very positive thing.
It can.
Like so. So I think we've covered everything. Is there anything else that you feel like I haven't talked to you about, or that you want to talk about? Like what is in store for 2021 for you, for George Kagwe and all his people, everyone that comes underneath him?
I know. I'll be doing, you know, we're coming up with concepts for different shows. There's one that we probably will be shooting this coming Monday.
Okay.
And it will also just be fun. It will be 3 fat conmen. The life around 3 fat conmen. How awesome would that be?
Okay, I'm already laughing hysterically at just the title.
So yeah, so that will be the title, but it will be a very catchy, funny title.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So and then I hopefully will be getting back on TV in 2021.
Okay.
Hopefully for video on demand, maybe Netflix or Showmax. I'm not sure. We've already done the pilot and stuff like that. So hopefully,
Yay.
Hopefully we'll be doing more of that.
Okay.
So
I'll be stalking you.
So I really want to get back into that game.
Okay.
As we increase our game on digital, increase on the other fronts of digital.
Well, I mean, you know, where you are right now is the perfect space anyway, because everyone is online.
Yeah.
And even all these people I've told you that's where I get my news from. That's only where they are. They're in their houses. Now everyone's sort of a little bit back in studio, but social distancing and no audience and like all that.
Yes.
So we're all in a very special place.
We are.
Yeah.
And I think it's the right time for us to be able also, because I'm trying to just launch myself into global platform.
And
if we can get on Netflix.
Exactly when.
Yeah. If we can get on Netflix, that's awesome because it's global.
Yeah.
You know, you can be like this lady, you know Majimbo?
Yes, Elsa. I know. Because I'm eating crisps and laughing.
How fantastic is that?
It's
man?
brilliant.
By the way, for 2020, that's my most empowering digital story ever.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh no, she's done it right. And whatever she did that got caught, God bless her.
And so my thing would always be to creators, even yourself, is keep creating.
Yeah.
You are one piece of content away from being viral or a huge global sensation.
Sure.
That's always the thing.
Because everyone's so also open-minded now and looking to each other.
And to each other, and the whole world is looking in Africa.
I've said for 5 years that Africa is not the next frontier, it is the frontier.
Beyonce has done collabo with Diamond Platinum.
Yeah, exactly. Could you imagine that happening 15 years ago?
Like, that's 1 degree of separation. Like, you know, like how close is that?
Well, I already consider her to be my sister. Hi, Dee. My sister.
Yeah, so you can imagine.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, Manjimbo is the best. For me, it's the best
Very
story.
Cool. No, I love it. You're right.
Trolls, bullied, done whatever, but the world really accepted.
At the ripe old age of 19.
19.
Yeah. Beautiful. That's it? Good?
Yeah.
You're good?
Yeah.
Now, 2 things we need to do. I have some questions for you.
Oh, yes.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna play Never Have I Ever.
Okay.
Never have I ever been caught cheating on a test. Even American answer.
Me, I've been caught. I'm very open. I've been caught. Not once or twice.
A bunch. Okay, never have I ever completely forgotten my lines in a play.
I have.
You forgotten?
Mm-hmm. And I improvised.
You made it through.
Like, there's but of course the first time you go blank, you're looking at the other
And
person
you're
like,
staring.
save me. You know that look of,
Pick me up, like.
save me.
And then you make up some stuff and make
Then
make
you
it
put
through. Never have I ever had a crush on a friend's parent.
Friends? Oh, I have.
You pretended to be confused for a second.
No, she did confuse me. No, for real. Like, you know, there are those moms you meet and you're like,
Yeah.
yes.
Hello. Yeah, I might be that one mom one day. Because I'm in public because of a song.
No, I'm not a crier.
You don't cry.
Because of songs and movies, I don't cry.
In your bedroom alone, you're not a crier. When do you remove tears?
If something is highly emotional for me in those situations,
Just a
something
very
hurts me.
personal thing.
Personal things. But for movies, my wife is the crier for movies. Like, we'll be watching a movie, a dog gets hit or
Yeah, of course.
drowns and waterworks.
A kitten gets
And
something.
it's those sorts.
Yeah. I'm waterworks there.
You're a waterworks. Okay.
Never have I ever.
Okay.
What?
And you?
Have I ever cried? Oh, in public because of a song. Maybe not in public, but in private.
Wow.
Like, I have.
It moved you, eh?
Yeah, I got.
Ooh, probably
So I
I've cried because of a song, because of a breakup.
Yeah, exactly. It reminded you of how how
heartbreak.
much it hurt. Yeah. So I have particular. I have my prince. I have my fiance. Like whatever. And depending on the mood, like the Lemonade album of Beyonce, like drove me bananas. Like I went into a different phase for a few months. I was in Suzie Wokabi.
I get what you mean.
Beyonce.
I get what you mean.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay, never have I ever looked through someone else's phone without permission.
My wife, I have. Yeah.
Without permission? Does she care? She doesn't sound like she cares. Ay, Karim, pole, sweetie. So incredibly amazing
Awesome.
to have you
As we eat, sorry.
as you continue eating this deliciousness. And thank you, Chef Sonia, for this deliciousness. My last thing to talk about is
Ona, ndio hapa.
except would she be this happy and this nice about it?
She'd be like, ndio hapa. Because probably she's getting paid to do the promotion.
Probably.
If not, she'd just be like, Kioni, napata iPhone.
Angalia hiki. So I do have phones to give away, and I do have a lot of airtime to give away. What you guys have to do is keep looking out on all my social media platforms. This is up for grabs, but based on a contest. So that's why you have to keep looking out. And this will be in this episode, and so coming up after this, okay? And I'm so jealous. I'm actually completely jealous of you guys. I want 7 of these, right? So he's probably entering the contest as well. So you guys be careful, because he knows all the answers. Love you all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And say hello to this fabulousness that is Mr. George Kagwe.
No, you won't.
And the Empress Lady. And Charles.
No, you won't.
And you guys are Guy. And the Jose Wabushari.
It
was so amazing having you. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Anytime.
Bye guys. Toodles.